Today we're going to do something a little bit different. I have done one of these before, but I was like, you know what, let's do a winter themed one. We're going to do this ice look paper towel holder. Now I did do a coaster in this manner the other day, but I was like, I just want like a set. So you can find the mini tutorial for the coaster that I made on my main YouTube channel under the shorts tab. So let's go ahead and get started. Starting off with the silicone mold that we're going to be using, I found that the 7-inch circle mold works the absolute best for the paper towel holders that you can get from either IKEA or from Dollar Tree. So the first thing you want to do is you want to make sure that it's going to fit. So I'm just going to place her in the middle. Perfect fit. I like the size of it. I like the extra gap around it. It's going to give it a little bit of extra weight around the edges to make sure that our paper towel holder doesn't fall over when we go to retrieve a paper towel. And of course you want to make sure it's void of any extra materials that might be in there because this is going to be see-through, so it'll be able to see if there's anything extra in there that you didn't want in there. So the first things first, we went ahead and stirred up 6 fluid ounces of epoxy. I have a little bit of sparkle dust. I am using some epoxy dye, and of course I have my polyfill. Now the sparkle is optional. I wanted a little bit of sparkle in mine. So of course I'm going to add a little bit of silver sparkle dust, and of course a little bit goes a long ways. And the other thing that goes a long ways is this dye. I just wanted a hint of blue in my epoxy, and I'm going to show you guys exactly what I mean whenever you use epoxy dye. I mean, like, this is it. Like, hold on. That's pretty much, watch. I'm telling you. Okay, a little bit more. There we go. Okay, that's it, guys. That's all I'm going to use to dye my epoxy, because if you accidentally put too much in there, it's going to mess it up. So I'm telling you, teeny tiny bit. See, look at that. Perfect blue. It's almost lighter than my gloves. And then once it spreads out, it won't be as blue, you know? So that's all you want to do, is just a very tiny amount of blue. Sorry, my kids are coming in here as I'm doing this. All right, so now it's all stirred up. I like that blue, very nice. Now we're gonna go ahead and get our polyfill put into the cup. So I'm just gonna take pinchfuls right off of this amount that I have here, and I'm just gonna place that down into my cup. And you just wanna fill it up as much as you can, as much as you feel comfortable, and you're just gonna get it pushed down into the epoxy. I'm just gonna try to do it very slow and to just help out with the bubbles that are gonna be produced from the cotton batting here. Then I'll just set it off to the side for about 5-10 minutes just to help out with any extra bubbles. Now the 6 fluid ounces is not going to fully fill this mold. I do that for a reason, because you want enough space. You don't know how much, whenever you go to put the paper towel holder in, it might push it up, your epoxy up a little bit, or whatever you're putting down into your epoxy. And I like being able to put another coat over top, especially this part, because it's going to stick up a little bit. But in the end, I actually kind of liked the idea of it kind of sticking up and making it, just makes it look more icy. So pretty much all I got to do here is I got to flex it out. I got to form it a little bit better to the mold here, because it'll plop down into one little area. So I'm just going to take my fingers and just kind of spread everything out. I'm going to go ahead and take my paper towel holder, and I'm going to get it centered the best that I can. And then I'm going to come through and kind of form some more of that cotton batting soaked in epoxy over top of the rings around the bottom of the paper towel holder, just to kind of fill everything in. And then of course I'll come through with a little bit more batting and just kind of fill in here and there if I would like to. After I get it all filled in, I'm going to go ahead and set that off the side and let that cure overnight. Now, after it has cured, we're going to go ahead and come through and top off the rest of it with epoxy, making it as smooth as we can. Like I said, I actually kind of liked the idea of some of this cotton batting kind of poking through the top, so I didn't fully fill it in all the way. I actually kind of left some spaces open that were kind of projecting out a little bit. You'll see what I mean whenever we go to demold it. And here it is. I'm going to go place that on the flattest surface I have there so that way it doesn't come out all wonky on me. And then the next day, we're going to go ahead and demold. And look at that. We have a piece of ice. Now I'm just going to take it one step beyond. I am going to come through and trim up some pieces, some flashing that I had on the edges there. And the great thing is we're going to be coming through and adding some UV resin to the sides to make it look all drippy and wet anyways. So it's okay to just cut this off and not worry about it because it's going to get covered with more epoxy. So we are going to need a silicone mat or something slippery so that way we can peel back our resin after we're all said and done here. So these silicone mats work just as well. So I'm going to take my UV resin. I'm just going to squirt it right on the edges here of my paper towel holder, and I want it to drip down. So this is all up to you how much you want it to drip down. I don't want too big of drips because I want to make sure that it's going to be stable whenever it gets used and everything. So I'm just going to make my drips just very casually come off the side, and you can kind of see them starting to form there. I just let it kind of come down and drip, and then I will capture the amount of drip that I want with my UV light after I get it down there. The thing I like about the UV resin whenever it comes to doing this is it gives it this super glossy look to it, so it actually looks like it's wet. So I'm just going to get a little bit closer here so you can see exactly what I'm doing. I'm just leaving a little bit up around the edge and letting it just very gently drip onto the base there, so that way, again, it looks like wet, melty ice. But as you see here, it's like shinier than the other epoxy that we're using. I don't know, it's really cool. I like it. I hope you guys enjoy it too. So I'm just gonna do up as much as I would want. So however many drips you want going on, go ahead and do that up, or just a few, a lot, I don't know, the whole edge itself, make it look like it's completely melting. I don't know. The sky's the limit with your imagination. And of course, after everything's all said and done, you want to make sure that it is fully cured before you start using it. And there we go, super easy, super simple. I know you guys got this. Whether you take this design and duplicate it as is, or you take it and let it inspire you to create something that is completely your own. I hope that you guys had a lot of fun watching this tutorial today. Again, thank you so much for being here. It means so much to me and my family. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I will see you guys in the next video.